Chat, today we get to be scoundrels, we get to be ne'er-do-wells, we get to be demons, we get to be evil, because today we're reacting to 25 games that reward evil players, from blowing up an entire city in Fallout to kicking a dog in some games that have dogs. Let's have a look and see what games reward the worst in morality.
Villain of your dreams, and while usually you get punished for being evil, in Fallout 3, it pays to be a war criminal. Hundreds of people reside in the city of Megaton, casually living each day with an undetonated nuke lying around.
He says hundreds of people reside in Megaton. That's not really true. The Bethesda game engine struggle with more than 15 at a time.
You can do the right thing and disarm this bomb, but across the desert is a rich guy named Alistair Tenpenny who wants you to detonate it because it ruins his balcony view. But I guess if you obliterate an entire
That is a crazy reason to do genocide on an entire town, because it makes you. I can think of some. Okay, well, not valid reasons, obviously, because blowing up a town, that's never valid. But like, there are some reasons. Like maybe there is a terrible virus and terrible disease that you need to make sure that it doesn't get out. So maybe you blow up the town. You could quarantine, but if you go for the more extreme option, you could blow up the town. But it being an eyesore is a crazy reason to blow up, because even if you do blow up, it's going to be a smoldering ruin that is still going to be left behind. It's going to be smoldering for a while, so it's still going to be an eyesore. Honestly, what are you complaining about being an eyesore in a place that looks like this? In a region, in an area that looks like this? Do you see anything that is not an eyesore? What looks good to you in this area? I don't understand. Maybe you just wanted to kill a bunch of people.
town of innocents, do it for a rich guy because you get a luxury suite and 1,000 bottle caps for your crimes. And he's not the only
1,000 bottle caps, not gonna lie, in that game is probably enough to buy you like 50 bullets.
wealthy guy you could profit from. In The Sims, you could create the perfect life, including falling in love and getting married to someone well off. Step 1 complete. Now activate your evil plan by kicking out his old family, taking their money, and plotting his death. Congratulations, you sicko.
What?
All his possessions are now yours, and you could even go marry someone else, but don't forget to put a nice message on the gravestone.
I've never played Sims. Is this what everyone does? I thought Sims was this cute game where you make a house and you make a family. It's like real life simulator, so you don't actually have to make a house and a family in real life. You just make it in the game. Are we people really plotting true crime plots in this game? Do you think that destroying someone's life and killing them in The Sims is an indicator for people that will become serial killers in real life? Or do you think it's a way for people to get out their frustrations on not real AI creatures? Next question, will The Sims become alive and kill us?
In Skyrim, there's a quest that truly lets you embrace those evil thoughts, and it all starts when you're asked to investigate a string of murders. This leads you to a cannibal cult that kidnaps and eats people, so now you have a choice to make. Either kill the leader and bring justice to the dead, or if you have a sudden craving for flesh, join them. To be initiated, you have to go back to the priest who sent you on this quest and bring him to the cult who eats him alive. Your reward is the Ring of Namira. Now you can chow on any corpse to regain health whenever you want. I mean, this one is disgusting.
To be fair, human corpses probably have a lot of nutrition in. I wouldn't know. I've never tried, but there's got to be a lot of nutrients in there. Well, assuming that you eat good. If you eat like McDonald's fry every day, then maybe you don't have much nutrition. Never mind.
Remember when we just nuked Megaton of Fallout? Well, so does Goat Simulator 3, because its tribute to the quest starts with this big red button. What's the worst that could happen? Well, not only do you get an achievement called Kim Jong Oops, it unlocks an exclusive Fallout jumpsuit that you can't get anywhere else.
That's cool.
And a
I like that.
Anniversary, you can take part in a tournament and fight tons of champions. Only one problem, the final opponent is Whisper, your childhood friend from the start of the game. You're forced to fight each other, and upon your victory, you must decide her fate on the spot. One final strike to end it all, or spare her life. Well, most would save Whisper and get the morality points. If you're messed up, the reward is even better.
Well, 10,000 gold's a lot of money. You could probably buy a lot of stuff for that, right? I mean, it's not really. Do you really care about the Fable NPCs? All the Fable NPCs are just British caricatures that are a little bit over the top. Every time you go around a corner in Fable, there's some poor little urchin on the street. It's like, oh, please give me a penny, kind sir. I'm starving. I don't really need to keep all these guys alive. Just kill them for the extra money. It's better that way.
And that's just like The Witcher 3, where the final mission in Hearts of Stones gives you a difficult choice. One of the main characters is locked in a soul contract with a mysterious person known as Gaunter O'Dean. This guy kills people for fun, has strange powers, and his name spells out G-O-D, so he's clearly not a human. The obvious choice is to save your friend from this deal, but for some reason, you could choose to help the demon instead, killing Olgierd and taking his soul. For your work, Odima offers you a ton of rewards, with one of
Wait, one of them is a bottle of vodka that is always full. That is insane. You get one wish from the genie bottle. You get one request from God, and the answer is give me a bottle of vodka that's always full. What the hell is this Russian shit? What's going on?
An infinite bottle of vodka, and I know it sounds like a joke, but it makes some of the best potions in the game. And only the most heartless people would.
Oh, potions! I didn't think about that. You know, that's a good idea. I mean, vodka is a great potion. It gives you confidence. It probably reduces pain reduction or increases pain reduction. It's like, well, maybe that's a good idea.
Actually do this, but in Crash Bandicoot 2, there's some adorable baby polar bears. I mean, just look at them. Wait, no, don't stop on them. Why are we getting extra lives for this? Another reward that's messed up is a cave story. At one point in the game, you'll find this guy who's trapped in a giant pit. It's easy to jump down and rescue him, but if you do that, he just straight up dies on the spot. Even weirder is what happens when you don't rescue him. He somehow lives and appears later in the game, giving you a jetpack for being a jerk. And the developers of Ratchet & Clank 3 must hate monkeys because you can find Scrunch running around the bridge and chase him down. He's hard to catch, but once you hit him multiple times, the game hands you a skill point, some in-game currency, and a whole achievement just for abusing this poor guy. Moving back.
No, well, he deserves it. If he didn't want to be abused for being a monkey, then he just shouldn't have been a monkey. And he shouldn't have been running around. I mean, that's kind of annoying, right? I mean, it makes sense.
Fable.
Fable again. Fable is a series that just encourages you to be an asshole. Fable is a series that encourages you to buy up all of the property in the area and increase the rents because they have nowhere to go. It's like the ultimate capitalism simulator where just like, oh, you just want to be the bad person.
Go down a good path or an evil one.
It's the best option.
You sit on the fence, the rewards are garbage. But when you go around killing people and doing horrible things, the bad karma will eventually hand you the strongest weapon in the game, Scorm's Bow. I mean, come on, Fable, what's your obsession with being evil?
No, my favorite part about, I think it's Fable 2, there is an evil cult that you can go to and you can sacrifice people there. And the way that you get into the cult, where you go and sacrifice people, is they gave you a baby chick. Like, not a full-blown chicken, a just hatched chickling. And they're like, okay, eat it, dude. Eat it right now. Eat it right now. And you eat it to get into the cult, and they're like, oh, dude, I didn't think you're going to eat that. That's crazy, dude. It's like, the Mad Lad actually did it written all over it. It's
Speaking of sacrificing people, Goat Simulator lets you perform a satanic ritual, killing your fellow goats to gain demonic powers. With this, you now have a sick new outfit and the ability to create black holes. Not to mention flying around the air for an impossible amount of skill points.
That's worth it. Honestly, I think that sacrificing your friends is totally worth it. Black holes and flying, people would kill just for one or the other. But both of them?
You'll be ashamed to have as in high in life. Because early in the game, you get stopped by this kid who's just messing around calling you fresh meat.
What's wrong, fresh meat? You scared of a little kid? Yeah, I'm a little kid. Look at me.
I shot this guy immediately when I saw him in the game.
Adorable, but hey, you're the guy holding a gun, so obviously there's some temptation there. But even your gun will desperately tell you not to do it.
Whoa, what are you doing? Come on, he's just a kid. Don't shoot him.
In most games, you're only allowed to shoot adults, so when you gun down poor Slumsley, an achievement will pop up to remind you of that fact. But that's nothing compared to
Fallout doesn't let you do this. They didn't mention after that, you walk into the level and there's a mother immediately to your left who's like, no, do you know where little Ben is? Do you know where my little kid is? And you just straight up say like, oh, I shot him. And she's like, oh, okay, he's kind of annoying, I guess. That's fine.
A machine that encourages you to be a total jerk. It's called Super Turbo Turkey Puncher, and that's exactly what the game is. Just endless turkey bashing. Only psychos would sit here and do this endlessly. I mean,
is this
really
what Thanksgiving is?
Well, the developers of the game will email every evil player who does this with a message shaming you for punching turkeys. And I guess feels bad, but then you get an achievement.
Real turkeys? What do you mean shaming you for punching turkeys? We eat them. What do you mean?
People. Sometimes the rewards just outweigh the shame, and it's definitely like that in Infamous.
Slaps.
Sure, you could choose to be good and get a better ending, but if you go down the evil path, it unlocks way better powers, and you could go around causing mass destruction. Not only are they stronger, but it just makes the game 10 times more fun. Harry Potter's most infamous curse is the spell of Avada Kedavra, and
oh no, oh no, it's Hogwarts Legacy. Oh no, 25 games that reward evil players. People be like, oh dude, if you play over Hogwarts Legacy, you're evil.
Instantly kills anyone.
If you open the game, you immediately are transphobic and
touches, and that's why it's forbidden. But in Hogwarts Legacy, you could go down the evil path and learn this magic for yourself, with all the forbidden curses locked behind.
I do think it is sick that you can learn the forbidden curses, but 2 of them seem completely pointless. One of them is to like interrogate people and make them in pain. One of them is, I don't know what the other one is actually. And then there's the death spell. It just seems like anything that's not the death spell is kind of not as good.
In this evil route, it just makes the game way easier and arguably more fun. At one point in Arkham City, you can play the Catwoman DLC, which gives you the chance to be someone other than Batman. But the real twist is when his fate gets put in your hands. You can rescue him or leave him to get expensive jewelry, and the right thing to do would be saving a life, but anyone who loves free stuff gets a secret ending where they walk out and complete the game right there. In Overlord, you also get better items for bad karma.
Overlord! Oh, dude, this is such an underrated game. This is like Fable if you are a true evil mastermind.
Lives of innocent peasants in your hands, being good does absolutely nothing. You don't even get a reward, whereas slaughtering them pays you a bunch of gold and points for more evil
Such an underrated
abilities.
game, man. I love
can't
this.
lie, everyone who plays Red Dead Redemption has at one point tried to run someone over with a train, okay? No need to stand on the high horse. Pretty difficult in the sequel, but the original literally has a button to tie people to the tracks. You're never encouraged to do this, so it's a pretty big judge of character when they get brutally murdered. Kinda worth it though, because now you've earned the
Dude, they
dastardly
exploded. That's so
achievement.
sick.
The same goes for people in Elden
terrible. You
Ring
shouldn't do
who
that.
have no self-control. Vlad the Half-Wolf is one of the coolest NPCs in the game. He's friendly, helps you out, and I mean, just look at him. You wouldn't want to get on this guy's bad side. But the most arrogant players can actually kill Bly for no reason, and instead of other NPCs, which usually shame you for being evil, he drops overpowered armor. Heading back to Skyrim, you can find a malicious
Well, I mean, yeah, he's basically like another player character. He's like the paladin. He's like a nice paladin, and you can just betray him. I've never actually played Elden Ring. Maybe I should get into it.
god named Molag Bal, and he asks you to help get revenge on a priest that wronged him. You must lure this innocent guy to the cave, beat him into submission, and then brutally murder him, all because a demon told you to. Guess it was worth it though, because now you have a powerful weapon called the Mace of Molag Bal.
Yeah, the mace looks good, but it actually sucks in the game. It's like, what, it drains 25% or 25 points of stamina. It's actually a terrible mace. Also, that sounds like a true crime case investigation, doesn't it? I could just imagine the JCS guy talking about it like,
This disgusting person lured them into a cave, tied them up, and beat them with a mace.
I can't reach the depth that the JCS guy gets. Like,
And when they were caught, the investigators decided to interrogate them upside down, so they strapped them to a ceiling.
I wish I could get that deep voice the JCS guy has.
It's even more messed up is a choice in Chrono Cross. Your friend gets poisoned, and in most games you'd be given a quest to help them, but here it politely asks you, and you can totally say no. Be a weird thing to do considering Kid is a very important character, so letting them die is insanely chaotic. But if you refuse to help, this unlocks one of the best characters in the game called Glenn, and Kid doesn't die anyway, so it's actually the best option. Soul Sacrifice has the option to save or kill enemies in
Just kill, well, you know what they say, kill the
the
kids.
storyline, but in multiplayer, your friends have the same choice and it could go horribly wrong. Yeah, you can straight up sacrifice your teammates for fun, and even though they'll be pissed, it lowers the HP of enemies, so the game's a lot easier. Slime Rancher has a feature that
That is so funny. Sacrifice your friends. Oh my god, could you imagine doing that in an MMO? Like, buddy, I'm down. I need help. You gotta res me. Yeah. No, I'll res you.
I'm not going to res him, I'm going to sacrifice him to kill the boss.
only the most evil people would ever attempt. Placing an incinerator on your farm is a useful way to get rid of trash, but taking out your launcher to fire a baby chickadee straight inside is so horrific that even the game calls you a monster. Hey, at least you
That's
get an
not that bad.
achievement, so
You're
it's
just
not
cooking
all
it.
bad.
It's dinner
The
time.
craziest types of
Am I
decisions are
vegetarian?
those you would never expect to make. In a Fallout 3 Broken Steel, the final quest asks you to fire missiles at the
I like how Fallout 3 has been on this list twice.
bad guys you've been fighting the entire time. There is like 4 other options for these rockets to go, and one of those will kill the allies you've been working with for no reason. It's the
That is such a funny way to end it. You go all the way, fight to the very depths of the Enclave's base, specifically with the goal of taking out the Enclave once and for all, with your friends, the Brotherhood of Steel, who have helped you every step of the way, that want genuinely nothing but the best for the wasteland, that have started handing out purified water to the people that don't have access to it. And you're staring at this control panel like, but what if I could? The intrusive thoughts, guys. I'm sorry. I got intrusive thoughts. Haha. I'm sorry, guys. I just couldn't help it. I just had to. I just had to see what would happen. I'm just gonna blow them all up because that's intrusive thoughts, guys.
only
Sorry.
time this is ever possible, so of course the morbidly curious players will press it, and in the rubble of your fallen allies, you'll find the best gun in the game. Somewhere you'd never
Is it the best
expect to be
gun in the
evil
game?
is a Spider-Man game, but in Web of Shadows, there's a black symbiote path that gives you an exclusive suit. If you keep upgrading it, this unlocks one of the coolest powers in the game, the human skateboard, letting you slide people and enemies like a bowling ball. Lesson
Wait, that just looks like prototype gameplay. I'm surprised they didn't have prototype on this list. But I guess it's kind of like part of the gameplay. It doesn't really reward you for being evil, but it kind of does. In prototype, you can just absorb innocent bystanders into yourself to gain health. You don't have to. You can do it with enemies as well. You can do it with the people trying to kill you. But you can grab random Jimmy Bartholomew off the street and just suck his entire body into yourself, and you just get health. It's awesome. That should have been on this list. But anyway, tell me more games that reward you for being an asshole. If you want me to watch a video, check out the Subnoodle Discord server. Give me a video on there. I take suggestions from her all the time. See you later.